while we got free time, I'm going to answer one of the most common questions that I get. And it's going to be a very, very long, drawn-out answer here, but I figure it's time to make this video. I've thought about it for a while, but I'm actually going to make it now. And that question is, will I train? I got asked that question at TMC, been asked it here at Prime, and I'm going to give you the long answer. The short answer is no. I know it's more money, but we all know there's more to this trucking game than money. And fortunately and or unfortunately, it's a story completely unrelated to trucking. I have to ignore the squeaking. She's playing with her toy. But it has nothing whatsoever really to do with trucking. Yeah, I think Prime's training process is a little too long. Having another person in your truck for multiple weeks might get on everybody's nerves, because I don't care who you are. I don't know if I could ride with my wife for weeks upon weeks, and I love her. But that's really not even the reason. Really. We're going to do this now. Get ready. She'll be in the video. So why would I not want to train? If it's more money, you get to help teach somebody. You say your channel's about teaching and helping. Well, then why would you not train? And that story starts, I guess, really in 2012. My father had recently been passed away, and his big love was the mountains. Colorado. Go to the mountains. Been from Texas and Louisiana, go to the mountains. And I stumbled upon this guy, YouTuber by the name of Cam Haynes. If you don't know who he is, he's a bow hunter, but he's like this super athlete, and I'll never get close to what he is. And so, but I decided, in all my infinite wisdom and spare time, that I was going to kill a bull elk with a bow and arrow. Yes, this is about training, and does come back to training, I promise. And I spent a lot of time, and a lot of money, trying to get good with a bow. I was going to go kill a bull elk with a bow. Well, I didn't kill one in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. I went every year. Just was unsuccessful. Perseverance, right? So in 2018, I went and I cheated. I had a mule deer tag, and I killed a mule deer out in West Colorado. And so I got a call from, he's an outfitter, but he's really a friend. Hey, I found some elk. Went 2018, I killed my first bull elk with a rifle. But it felt cheated, because that wasn't the goal. The goal was to get one with a bow. And so 2019, my son has just graduated high school, and I'm trying to have a father-son moment. I'm trying to show him there's more to this life than just what you think you know. So he's going to go with me to Colorado, and we're going to try and kill a bull elk with a bow. Well, day 2, it happened. I finally was able to. My son was there. Well, the guy that, like I said, he started out as an outfitter, has turned into a lifelong friend, was there, and just everything came together, and I killed my first bull elk with a bow. The problem is, what was supposed to be one of the best days of my life almost turned into the last day of my life. And it's not a term I use lightly. I went into Iraq in the Marines, and I can tell you my life was never in danger. Spare rocket fire, hearing gunshots, never felt like I was in harm. And I remember one time duck hunting with my brother, we got in a real bad situation, but I never felt like my life was in danger. Well, we killed this bull elk in the morning, spend the whole morning, buddies, having a good old time, high-fiving, getting it off the side of a mountain, which if you've never done that, it takes several hours. So it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and one of the guys that had come help up the mountain said, hey, I got an arrow in one this morning too. Got blood, we can't find him. So we're going to round up the cavalry, and we're going to go find my buddy's bull elk. And we turned to my son, and you're 19 years old. You're in the mountains with the men doing manly things. I say, dude, you want to drive in the mountains? He's like, heck yeah. And he drives up the mountain, and we're going, and we look for this elk, and we can't find it. That's just elk hunting with a bow. And so we're driving down the mountain, and my son is driving. I'm in the passenger seat. My good buddy's in the back seat, and the windows are down. The radio is off. Both hands are on the steering wheel. We're doing 15 miles an hour. We are, in essence and literally, doing nothing wrong. And he comes around a turn, and then you know the mountain roads, they're called washboards. It's where the rain comes and it makes like fingers, the truck shakes. It came around the turn, and the truck started shaking, and it went straight off the edge. And it went down the edge, and it went face first into a rock at about 15 miles an hour. But he's hitting the brakes, it's gravel, you gain speed when you go off the side, and we hit this rock. Here's a picture of that. What you can't see in the video and in the picture is that we were literally about 6 inches. It looks like we hit that rock straight on. If we would have been about 6 to 12 inches further to the right, we would have hit another rock that would have flipped us. Because when we got out of the truck, you can't see in the picture, it was uneven. The first thing when they came to get us was they put come along to keep the truck from rolling. And we're trying to maneuver out of the truck without flipping it. Because if it flips, it's 100 yards straight down. Like, we're going to be in worse shape than we already are. And so it gets there, they got to come on with the truck, we get everybody out of the truck. My buddy's nose is obviously broken, he's got blood all over his face, I've got a big old bruise, my son is fine, and we're just, everybody is in shock. So we get my buddy to the hospital. He ended up having to have surgery on his nose. My son was shaking, and I was in the passenger seat. And about 8 months later, I'm riding with my son, and again, nothing to do with him. He is a fine driver. He did nothing wrong. And we're in Dallas, and he's going through construction, and he's getting too close to the edge because he's never driven through construction in downtown Dallas. And let me just tell you, I would not be a good trainer. That's one of those moments in life that scarred me, that I don't think I could sit over there in that passenger seat, because I would care too much about the person driving the truck. And care too much about your career and wanting to help that person out, that I just don't think I could sit over there. I honestly think that I'm emotionally scarred or whatever, that was a quarter-ton truck on a hill. Imagine doing that in an 80,000-pound truck. And I look back on it, and so people will say, will you train? The answer is probably not, and that's why. I can't sit in the passenger seat. I mean, I've always been a driver, but it's like, if you help people, it's like, I can help people, but I just don't think I could do it. I don't think I could sit over there and without freaking out on you. Obviously not in a bad way, but that's the long answer. I will probably never train because of that incident. It was supposed to be the best day. It was about the last day. So now you know more about me than you probably knew before. That's why I won't train as of right now. Subject to change. My buddy's training. He just passed the training course, and he's a trainer at Prime. So I'll just live vicariously through him. I'll train you on the internet where I can drive, and then you go drive with somebody else, because I love you, but I don't love you like that. So there's another video. Like I said, I'm just sitting in this truck stop, so I figured I'd make another video. Talk to you guys soon. Let's get rolling.